I read this story that tickled me so much. You worked with a dear friend of ours, Barry Sonnenfeld.
Oh, really?
In Men in Black. And we know Barry,
Yeah.
and he's
We know
one of our...
very well.
Very, very, very well.
Yeah, I was
we
thinking about
love
it.
him. But I read that he hired you to play this role, but didn't want to talk to you about it at all. Said, I don't want to discuss it. This is the way I'm paraphrasing this interview that I read that you spoke about it. And just come to work. But on one condition, we don't talk about it at all. Is that how it went?
Yeah, so Stacey Sher, who is a big film producer, she does Tarantino films now, but back in the day, she used to run Danny DeVito's company. I'd done a film with her, with Keanu. We played brothers in this movie called Feeling Minnesota. Anyway, she calls me one day, and she says, Barry wants to give you a script, but you have to promise not to talk about the... You'll never talk about the character.
Right.
You'll never talk about anything that has to do with acting or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I had just seen Get Shorty, which was great.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm dying to work with this guy. And I also knew his past being a DP and all that stuff. Yeah. And so I agreed, and I said, okay, I promise. She goes, no, you have to say, I promise. And I'm like, okay, I promise. I'm on the phone.
Right.
I promise. All right.
Yeah.
But then I got the script a couple of days later, and I open it up, and it's this alien that comes from space, and there's no description. There's all these like little punchlines that he has to say. He doesn't really have a conversation with anybody. And I'm like, I can't talk to the director.
Right.
But I knew who was in it. And I knew Barry was incredible, so I said yes, and then I had to figure out how to do the part. And so, first day of shooting, he had no idea what I was going to do. And I had spent months figuring this whole thing out. And I had my legs locked off and my arms locked off, so I couldn't move properly and stuff like that. And long story short, comes to the first day, action, I walk in, he cuts halfway through, and he tells the first AD to clear the set.
Oh, God.
And I start to leave too, and the first goes, not you, Vincent. And then the blood just came.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get fired. And he said, can you do that again? And I did it for him again, and he was clearly not like...
I think you quoted him saying, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came out.
Barry can say, that's horrible.
The first thing he said, which wasn't the first time I'd heard this in my career, he said, you're not going to do that the whole time, are you?
But you did, and it turned out being one of the greatest characters on...
Yeah, and he trusted me. That's the main takeaway, is that he trusted me to do this kind of thing that nobody had done before, and it was
the great Barry Sonnenfeld.